The cabin breathes differently in the morning, like it knows we're hiding from the world. Or maybe it's aware of the tension between us, thick enough to bend the light. Leonardo moves quietly, rolling his injured shoulder, checking the locked windows for the third time. I sit at the table with a chipped mug, watching him pretend he's fine. "You're hurting," I say softly. He pauses. The silence hums. "I've been hurt worse." "I didn't ask about worse." My voice is steadier than I expect. "I asked about now." He turns. His eyes, usually cold steel, are softened by something warmer, heavier. Something neither of us wants to name. The safe house has one bedroom. One bed. He tried to sleep in the armchair last night, but I heard him pacing until dawn. He's restless, and I'm terrified of why that matters to me. The quiet here pulls everything we've been avoiding into the open. The way he looks at me a second too long. The way my breath stumbles when he steps close. The way danger has tied our lives together like stubborn threads. At noon, he teaches me how to hold a defensive stance. His hands barely touch my waist, but the warmth shoots through me like lightning. "Breathe," he murmurs behind me. I do, but not because he tells me to, because he's too close. Our eyes meet when I turn, and something in the air snaps, soft, fragile, electric. But a sound outside cuts it off. A twig. A crunch. Leonardo grabs my wrist, pulls me behind him. "Stay quiet," he whispers, voice low. The moment is gone, but the heat it left behind clings to both of us. The forest goes silent. Too silent. Leonardo pulls me gently toward the back hallway, his hand firm but trembling, almost unnoticeably. "How did they find us?" I whisper. His answer is a breath, hardly sound. "My father." The realization hits me harder than the cold night air. His own father sent men to kill us, to kill me. The cabin lights flicker as boots crunch over gravel outside. Leonardo kills the lamp instantly, plunging us into dark. "They'll come in fast," he murmurs. "I need you behind me at all times. Do not run unless I tell you." He loads a small handgun, quiet, practiced, deadly. But even in the dark, I see the fear beneath his control. Not fear of dying, fear of losing me. The first window shatters. He moves like a blade, silent, precise, pulling me behind cover as two masked figures enter. He doesn't fire immediately, doesn't make noise. He's trying not to draw more assassins at once. A shadow lunges. Leonardo blocks the blow, catches the attacker's wrist, and disarms him with brutal efficiency. I swallow a scream as the man collapses unconscious, but another slips in behind us. A gun lifts, aimed at Leonardo's back. And before I can think, my voice tears out of me. "Leonardo! Behind you!" He spins, firing once. The man falls. Leonardo grabs my face with both hands, breathing hard. "Don't ever put yourself in danger like that." "I didn't," I whisper. "I warned you." His forehead touches mine for the briefest, trembling moment. Then, a deep, cold voice echoes from outside. "Leonardo, stand down. Bring the girl out, or we end this the hard way." His father. Leonardo drags a dresser across the door, barricading it. My hands tremble as I help, but adrenaline pushes fear aside. "You don't understand," he murmurs. "My father doesn't threaten twice. I'm not leaving you." He freezes. I stand in front of him, heart pounding, lungs burning but steady. "You saved my life," I say. "More than once. You fought your own family for me. I won't run and hide behind you. Not anymore." His eyes search mine for a long, aching moment. "You shouldn't choose me," he says quietly. Too late. Outside, his father's men regroup, surrounding the cabin like wolves. Leonardo grabs a knife, tucks it into his belt, then gently takes my hand. His thumb brushes my knuckles in a rare, unguarded touch. A silent confession. "Stay behind me," he repeats. "No," I whisper. "I stay with you." The attackers slam into the door, wood cracking. Dust rains from the ceiling. Leonardo readies himself. But when the door finally bursts open, I step in front of him, arms spread. "Stop!" I shout at the intruders. "If you want someone to talk to me." My voice shakes, but I hold their gaze. Because for the first time since this nightmare started, I realize I'm not just surviving. I'm fighting for him. A gun cocks. Leonardo yanks me back as the cabin erupts into motion. The world narrows to a single shattering sound, a gunshot, and then Leonardo's body jerks violently. No, no, Leonardo. He stumbles back, hitting the wall, breath knocked out of him. His hand flies to his side, and when it comes away, there's red on his palm. I catch him before he falls. It's nothing, he grits out, voice tight with pain. Just a graze. It's not a graze. It's bad. I can see it in the way his knees buckle. Outside, the assassins retreat temporarily, regrouping for another strike. We don't have long. Sit, I say, lowering him to the floor. My fingers shake as I tear his shirt open enough to see the wound. Leonardo, look at me. Stay awake. His forehead drops against my shoulder. I'm fine. You're bleeding all over me. His laugh is weak. Could be worse places. Don't joke right now, I choke, pressing fabric to the wound. Please. His hand lifts to my cheek, slow, trembling, tender. I was scared, he whispers. Of what? Losing you. The words slice straight through me. His breathing grows shallow. Stay with me, I say fiercely. You hear me? Stay. But his eyes flutter. Leonardo, please. I drag him, half carrying, half pulling, to the bedroom. He's heavy, impossibly so, and fear makes my muscles shake. Don't you dare leave me, I whisper, voice cracking as I lay him on the bed. His wound isn't fatal, but it will be if I don't stop the bleeding. I heat water. Tear clean cloth. Disinfect shaking hands. The room feels smaller with every minute I fight to pull him back to me. When I press the cloth to his wound, he groans, low, rough, barely conscious. Easy, I murmur. I've got you. His breathing stutters. I feel your hands, he mutters, half delirious. Good, I whisper. Means you're still here. When I sew the wound, awkward, desperate, he grips my wrist, his fingers warm and trembling. Don't look away, he breathes. I won't. I sit near his head, brushing hair from his forehead. The tension between us shifts, no longer sharp but soft, like embers glowing instead of burning. His eyes open slowly, heavy-lidded. He looks at me as though the world outside doesn't exist. You stayed, he whispers. Always. His hand curls around mine, gentle but possessive. We're inches apart. His breath warm against my cheek, mine shaky against his. The air thickens. Slow. Tender. Charged. Not dangerous like before. Something deeper. Something we're both afraid to name. But the moment breaks when he winces, pain returning. I press his shoulder gently. Rest. You're safe. His fingers keep hold of mine even as he drifts off again. The voice outside fades into the trees, leaving only the hiss of wind against the cabin walls. I sit by Leonardo's side, my fingers still tangled loosely with his. His breathing has steadied, but the wound, stitched, cleaned, bandaged, has drained him. He looks younger like this. Less untouchable. More human. Dawn paints the room with soft gold when his eyes finally open. You didn't sleep, he murmurs. I couldn't. His hand lifts, brushing my wrist with the gentlest touch, as if he needs to make sure I'm real. Come here, he whispers. I sit on the edge of the bed. The room feels warm despite the cold morning, as if our silence has its own heat. He exhales slowly. You should know something about me. Before you choose to stay. I blink. Leonardo, I already. No, his voice cracks slightly. Not the man I am now. The boy I was before all this. He tells me about growing up in a house where loyalty meant violence. Where affection didn't exist unless it came with conditions. Where he watched his mother cry behind closed doors until one day she didn't cry anymore, because she wasn't there. She tried to leave, he says. My father punished her for it. The pain in his voice cuts deeper than any wound on his skin. My whole life I was told love makes you weak. That it blinds you, controls you, gets you killed. I reach for his hand. Love doesn't kill people, Leonardo. People kill people. He lets out a breath, a trembling one. Then why does it scare me so much when I look at you? I swallow hard. Maybe it scares you because it's real. His fingers tighten around mine. Your turn, he says gently. I hesitate. My past is a locked door I don't open. But something about his expression, raw, bruised, hopeful, makes me push it open anyway. I tell him about my childhood, the loneliness of being the girl no one stayed for, the man I thought I loved who walked out when things got difficult, the years spent convincing myself I didn't need anyone. So why did you stay with me? He whispers. My breath trembles. Because somewhere along the way, not staying became scarier than staying. He closes his eyes, pained but touched. You deserve a life without blood on your doorstep. Then run with me, I whisper. When this is over. Before he can answer. A snap outside. A shadow through the window. We both freeze. Leonardo tries to sit up too fast, grimacing in pain. Someone's out there, I whisper. His jaw clenches. Get behind me. But before I can move, the window shatters. Cold wind whips my face as they drag me into the trees. My scream rips through the forest. Leonardo! I hear him behind me. Hear the crash of furniture, his ragged breaths, the sound of him fighting to get up despite his injury. Let her go, he roars. The men don't stop. They shove me toward a waiting SUV hidden in the brush. A cloth bags my head. Rough hands tie my wrists. A voice low taunting speaks near my ear. Your precious air can't protect you now. I kick, thrash, scream. They don't care. The door slams shut beside me, and the vehicle speeds away. I try to calm my pounding heart, but my lungs feel too tight. I can't see anything. Only darkness thick and warm against my face. A man beside me laughs. She's shaking. I'm not afraid, I whisper. Another voice snorts. You should be. Our boss wants Leonardo gutted for betraying the family. My blood chills. He's coming for you, one mutters. That's why we're not killing you now. The SUV turns sharply. My body slams against cold metal. I breathe hard. Focus. Survive. Because Leonardo will come. Even if it kills him. Hours pass. They drag me into a warehouse, tie me to a chair, and rip the bag off my head. The leader steps forward. A scar slicing across his cheek. Your leverage, he says. Nothing more. I lift my chin despite the fear crawling through me. You touch him, and I'll make you regret breathing. His smirk fades. You've got fire, he mutters. Let's see if it lasts when he doesn't show. But he doesn't understand. He doesn't know the man who saved me from a bullet, who chose me over blood. He doesn't know Leonardo Vitali. The warehouse doors explode inward, and there he is. Leonardo, bleeding, breathless, furious, crashes through two armed guards like a storm given shape. His father's shirt still on his body, torn and stained. His eyes blazing with something dark and desperate. He's come for me. I gasp his name. He shoots the first attacker with steady precision, using his injured side only when necessary. The pain shows in his clenched jaw, but it doesn't slow him. Get away from her, he snarls, slamming another man into a steel post. The scarred leader grabs my hair, pulling my head back as he presses a knife to my throat. Take one more step, Leonardo, he warns, and I. A shot rings out. The knife drops from his hand before he does. Leonardo lowers the gun, chest heaving. His legs nearly buckle as he reaches me, but he forces himself to stay upright. His fingers tremble as he unties the ropes. Are you hurt? No, my voice breaks. But you. He doesn't let me finish. He pulls me into his arms, breath shuddering against my hair. I thought I lost you. I grip the back of his neck. You won't. Not as long as I'm breathing. He presses his forehead to mine. Our breaths mix like we're sharing the same air, the same heartbeat. But footsteps echo. Reinforcements. We have to go, he whispers. His strength wavers, but he still shields me with his body as we escape through the side door, running into the night. Every time he winces, I want to scream at the sky. He saved me. Again. at a cost his body can barely afford. In the shadows beyond the warehouse, he leans against me, barely standing. I'm done, he breathes. With all of it. With them. What are you saying? I whisper. His hand cups my cheek, tender even in pain. I'm leaving the Mafia. The motorcycle roars beneath us as we tear down the early morning highway. Leonardo's arms cage me securely, his chin brushing the back of my shoulder as he leans forward. He's exhausted, injured, barely holding on. But he doesn't stop. We'll ride until the city disappears, he murmurs against my ear. Then we disappear with it. I cling to his arms as the world blurs around us. Leonardo, leaving the Mafia isn't simple. I know. His voice is steel wrapped in tired breath. I know they'll hunt me. Maybe forever. But staying means losing you. And that's the one thing I can't survive. My heart cracks open. He's choosing me over blood, over power, over everything he was raised to be. When the sun lifts above the mountains, he slows at a roadside overlook. We dismount. His legs nearly give out, and I catch him by the waist. We need a car, I say. You're burning up. We need new identities, he corrects softly. He pulls out a small black envelope from his jacket, documents, passports, photos. You planned this. I whisper. I planned it the moment I met you, he murmurs. I just didn't know it. His thumb brushes my cheek. The wind lifts his hair. His eyes soften with something almost sacred. When this is over, he breathes, you won't be the woman fate threw into my world. You'll be the woman I built a world with. My throat tightens. But before I can answer, a black SUV appears on the horizon. Not his father's men. Worse, a rival gang. We run. Through brush, over rocks, down a ravine. Shots echo behind us, but adrenaline fuels every step. Leonardo's bleeding again, but he refuses to slow. He grips my hand like it's the last real thing he has. We reach an abandoned fishing shack near the water, hide until the SUV thunders past, and slip into the shadows until the world goes quiet again. Hours later, after stealing a car, crossing state lines, changing clothes, Leonardo sits in a dim motel bathroom as I retend his wound. He watches me with a softness I've never seen. You keep saving me, he murmurs. I smile weakly. Maybe we're saving each other. He leans forward, forehead touching mine. His breath is warm, slow, full of meaning. No more running, he whispers. No more blood. Just us. And he keeps his promise. Days later, we step off a bus into a quiet coastal town. New names. New papers. New beginnings. The ocean wind greets us like an old friend. We walk through the sunset-soaked streets, fingers intertwined. Where do we go now? I ask softly. Anywhere you want, he says. I'm yours now. Not because I saved you. Because you saved me from a life I never chose. I stop turning to him. His eyes, once forged for violence, are warm and open. Leonardo. He lifts my hand, pressing it to his heart. This is ours, he murmurs. Finally. The waves crash softly behind us, pulling the past out to sea. We walk forward into a future written on our own terms. Together. But as we reach the quaint little house he rented under our new names, a letter waits on the doorstep. No address. No stamp. Just one word. Run.